Jesus taught a parable in Luke chapter 14 and verse 12, all around a dinner, a banquet, and who you invite. There were some that were wanting to get into that dinner to be prominent, to be at the head of the table, to get next to the important people. And then Jesus says this: when you give a dinner or a banquet, do not invite your friends or your brothers or your relatives or rich neighbors, lest they also invite you in return and you be repaid. But when you give a feast, invite the poor, the crippled, the lame, the blind, and you will be blessed, because they cannot repay you, for you will be repaid at the resurrection of the just. That's a great encouragement to the work that we do at Capital Compassion. We're inviting people to a banquet table every day, literally. We have 30 to 40 people who come in our door every day, and we feed them. People that are hurting, people that are in great distress. And there seems to be a wonderful reward for that work. We feel it in our spirit. At the end of the day, it may be taxing, it may be challenging and difficult, but it's also rewarding and life giving. And we go home filled in our spirit with the sense of joy that we're doing something that's on the heart of Jesus. This week, we've had 5 people that we've served get into housing. Miracles. One man had been coming to us for over 2 years, off and on, living out of his car. Not long ago, just a week ago, his car was run into. It was on the side of the road where he was getting a battery installed. It was off to the shoulder, and someone got distracted and rammed his car and totaled it. Now it's in a tow yard, and it's what he was sleeping in. Found himself on the street. He came here distraught, asking for help. He had also just lost his dog that was his companion and his comfort for all of this time. And his life just felt like it was falling apart. He has a disability and unable to work. So we started going to work for him, put him up in a motel briefly so that he could get sheltered, quickly, and then transitioned from that into housing. The door opened so fast. It truly was miraculous. This man, precious in spirit, broken, yet there's hope. And he was bawling and crying when everything that was turning around for him, he could hardly believe it. This was just one of 5. We were able to take a young lady to shelter to get into housing. And it was a crisis shelter one night. And then the very next day, she was transferred into a more permanent shelter right down the street in the Mather housing complex. Able for us to continue to serve and to help and to make a difference. One person after another is having a miracle happen in their life. It's all because we're here, and it's all because you help us to be here. We are serving people that are food insecure. $35 provides a meal for a family. $25 provides a bag of food for the unhoused that come our way. $1,000 in the course of a week does miracles, helping people get showers in our facility, be fed here when they come. Everything that you do, every dollar that you give, it has eternal results, literally. And when you do it for the least of these, Jesus said, you've done it to me. I love his heart for the poor, his heart for the broken, because that's who we are. Every one of us has our own level of brokenness, and we've been restored by the grace of Jesus. And now we're turning around and letting that grace pour out for others. Thank you for being a part of making a difference. It truly is a blessing, and you are a blessing to us in making this all happen, making it possible.